Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jeremy. Welcome to Polyphonic Press. Before we get into the review today, I just want to remind you guys to check out polyphonicpress.com. I do a weekly podcast every Sunday, and this past Sunday was my favorite songs from the late 70s, early 80s new wave era, so check that out. Anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing Green Naugahyde by Primus. Primus are a band that have been around for about 25 years. They've always been sort of on the cusp of the mainstream, but never quite broke into it. They're very experimental, they're not afraid to push boundaries, and do something a little different. This is their first album actually since 1999. They broke up around that time, and they got back together in 2003. Sort of toured quite a bit, but never really put out an album until now. This album starts off with something called Prelude to a Crawl. It's got this sort of drone type of note going on in the bass. It's not really a song, it's more like an intro to the album, and I kind of found it a little unnecessary. The first real song is Hennepin Crawler. It's a very fast and funky song, features some very interesting work from Les Claypool's bass skills. The complaint though that I would have about this song is very repetitive, and it doesn't really change up too much, and it kind of gets a little boring after a while. It doesn't really seem to go anywhere, and it kind of lacks a little direction. Eternal Consumption Engine is a really interesting song. Although it does have a very repetitive riff, there's enough subtle changes that it keeps you interesting and keeps building and building and building, and it's not too long of a song, so it sort of cuts off right before it has the potential to get boring. And it's sort of done with a sense of humor, and it, like I said, it doesn't drag on and on. Tragedies A Comin is probably my favorite song on the album. It's very funk oriented, and you really can't help but groove along with it. The song really also showcases a lot of the talent in the band. The drummer has a really good groove on this song, and the guitar player is just phenomenal. It's not overplayed, and it just really fits well in the song. And the bass has this sort of weird warbly effect going on with it, and it's really it's almost a distraction, but not really, because it's actually the hook to the song. You know, something I really love about this band is you really never know exactly what you're gonna get. But when you hear their songs, you instantly know it's them, because they're instantly recognizable, but everything from them sounds different. Not a lot of bands can pull this off. And the song that really stood out to me and sort of exemplifies this is Extinction Bust. It's very fast paced, and it has a very complicated rhythm. And the guitar and bass are sort of playing off this very complex sort of very difficult type of thing to grasp exactly what's going on, but they're sort of playing off of each other. It's got this sort of circular riff going on, much like King Crimson or something like that. And the album closes with the same way it kind of opens, with this sort of short piece of music that's not really a song. It's called Salmon Man, and again, I really felt it was unnecessary. Production-wise, this album is very well done. The drums have that very distinctive sort of popping sound to the snare drum. The guitar, though, I felt was a little overshadowed by the bass. It sort of was buried in the mix. And the vocals were typical of Primus, so that very mid-range EQ on it, not a lot of low end or high end. It's very mid-rangey. It's almost, the vocals almost sound like it's coming out of a little radio. So this album wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything special. This really wasn't Primus at their best, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. So anyways, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or with a video reply. Don't forget to check out the Twitter and Facebook pages. Links are in the description, as well as the website, polyphonicpress.com. Don't forget to subscribe, that way you'll know when I post a new video. And if you'd like me to review an album, let me know in the comments, private message, email, any way you can get in touch with me. And don't forget, next week I'll be doing reviews 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I guess that's about it, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care.